On January 1st, 1983, the internet was born. And with its birth came many smaller sectors and niches. And within those niches, a new phenomenon began to grow. And over the years, it became known as echo chamber. According to Wikipedia, an echo chamber is an environment where a person only encounters information or opinions that reflect and reinforce their own. And in this internet age, echo chambers can be really detrimental because of how much they close you off from opposing opinions. I originally got the idea to make this video for my last upload. The manosphere has finally fallen, because when I uploaded that video, I opened the comment section and I saw a comment from a viewer that said something along the lines of, "Jews have betrayed humanity." And I wish I took a screenshot of it before I deleted it. But I read that comment, all I could think was, what kind of echo chamber is this guy in? Because a lot of internet users are in echo chambers, even you. Because it's so hard to fall into one unless you're conscious of it and you go out of your way to make sure you're hearing opposing views, then you're definitely probably in an echo chamber yourself. Because according to recent studies, the echo chamber of social media can promote the spread of misleading information, fake news, and rumors. Such information usually harms people, society, or economics. Now, I'm not aware of every single community on the internet, but out of all the communities that I know exist, I'm going to single out the MGTOW. I'm going to single out the MGTOW community as having one of the worst echo chambers by far. You see, MGTOW focuses solely on the negatives of women and how horrible it is to date them. So when every video that MGTOW audience consumes reinforces their hatred of women, why would they then seek out the opinions of women? Why would they watch female creators on YouTube to get a different perspective when they hate females? I do understand that some of these MGTOW creators have had terrible experiences with dating women, be it a really terrible divorce, a toxic relationship that sent them into a depressive spiral, or even just a bad breakup. But not all the audience members have experienced something like this. I was 15, watching MGTOW videos, having never been in a relationship. And this is what I was thinking. I was thinking, don't get in a relationship with a woman. Women are leeches. Don't get married. They'll divorce you and take half of your shit. And if I was watching that at 15, then I knew I wasn't the only one. But luckily for me, I stumbled across some advice that pulled me out of that community. But a lot of others didn't. And now they're still bitter and they still hate women because of one bad experience. So now you can see how detrimental it is to be in an echo chamber that extreme. Because everything you do and everything you are is influenced by your thoughts. Giving that ability away to someone you never even met in real life is one of the most ignorant things you could do. You literally give them the power and ability to brainwash you. We should strive to be more open-minded, to be more considerate. It's much easier to be in an echo chamber because every opinion aligns with yours. Every person in there believes what you believe. Nobody is challenging you. And even when they do, you're so closed-minded that you just brush off all their good points because you're so closed-minded, because you're so stuck in your ways. So obviously you're going to believe your way is the right way and everyone else is just a dummy. But the problem is the opposing group believes you're the dumbass. And so neither group ever comes together, leading to further division between ourselves. And that's how we end up with all these problems we have today. Echo chambers. And it gets even more extreme when you realize the fact that echo chambers can very easily lead to evil. Think about cults, racial groups that believe they're superior, or even just individuals who have such an extreme bias against a group of people that it leads them to commit heinous crimes against these people, and sometimes they even believe it's just. They believe it's justified. Now, I was going to end the video right here, but I think I want to give you a personal anecdote, a personal example of how echo chambers can really fuck up your life. When I was first starting high school, I think back, I was like 13 or 14. When I was first starting high school back in like 2019, I used to watch these videos on YouTube. You remember those videos titled, "College is a scam, don't go to college," right? We had Andrew Tate making those videos. We had all these other people making these videos. College is a scam, don't go to college. College is a scam, don't go to college. And so I saw this and I bought into it. And so I'm like a freshman or a sophomore, and I'm knowing already that I don't want to go to college. So what did I do? Naturally, I didn't apply myself. I wouldn't do the homework. I would fall asleep in class. I wouldn't study for tests. I didn't apply myself because I knew I'm not going to college. What's the point? I thought, I was just going to get out of high school, get a sales job, on some Alex Hormozy shit. Just get out of high school, get a sales job, and I would rake it in. And then I'd start a business, and this is how you think as like a little boy. And that's how I was thinking at like 13 or 14. And fast forward now, I'm 18, about to be 19. I didn't go to college, like I said. And I kind of regret it a little bit because I never got to see the potential I truly had. Now I could still go to college, it's not too late for me, but like a prestigious college, I think that's over with. If anything, now I could go to maybe like a community college, maybe a state college, but I didn't apply myself back when it mattered. So now it's too late. I would have loved to see how far I could have taken it. I would have loved to see how far I was gifted. Because when I was a kid, I grew up in Ghana, and over there how we scored tests. And over there we had this system where you would get graded, but you would get graded on a test A or B, but at the end of the year, you'd also get graded like numerically. So this person is first in class, this person is second, this person is third. This is how we used to grade it. And I always came in fourth place. Out of a class would be maybe like 25 to 30 people, I think. Maybe that's on the high end. Yeah. But I usually came around like fourth to sixth. I think my lowest ever was like sixth. Yeah. So I would have loved to see like how gifted I really was if I really put in the effort. If I made the effort to actually study and show up for tests prepared and well rested and do all of these things. Because I didn't go because I never fell into the partying crowd. I didn't party, I didn't smoke, I didn't drink. But I would come home and we'd play video games. And then I'd stay up till like 4 a.m. And then I'd go to school at like 5. And then I'd fall asleep in class and not listen to what the teacher was saying. And this is how I lived. And now I'm 18, about to be 19, still working at McDonald's. And yes, I put my heart. And yes, I try to make these videos. But it's just been a bunch of unorganized chaos. And being in an echo chamber, that just tells you. Because this is how much it influences you. It influenced me, and then I decided I'm not going to go to college. At one point, I said I wasn't going to get married. And I wouldn't have thought of any of these things unless I was on YouTube. If I grew up in an age without the internet, how different would my life have been? And yes, your life is affected by everything around you. But this is what I mean when I say echo chambers can really mess up the trajectory of your life. Because if you go through a bad breakup and then you find MGTOW and now you hate all women, that could go on for years. Unless you actually put in the work to get out of that could go on for years. So be mindful of what you watch.